Why do I think that specifically Asian guys all need to consider training Muay Thai? I'll give you 10 reasons right here. All right, everybody, please hit that like button. Check out other episodes of the Hot Pot Boys if this video interests you. I'm doing this video, filming this straight out of Bangkok, Thailand, after I've traveled to multiple different Muay Thai, aka Thai boxing gyms out here, including Super Bonds. And I've just been inspired to make this. So I want to be clear that when I'm talking about Asian guys, I do mean the Asian guys who have ever felt inadequate. Maybe they suffer from typical Asian stereotypes. Maybe they lack confidence. Maybe you feel like you have a underdeveloped sense of masculinity within yourself. Maybe you feel scared in a lot of social or physical situations. Maybe you played an entirely different sport your entire life and you're looking to switch things up later in life. This is for you. This is coming from a guy who just started training about a year and a half, 2 years ago in Muay Thai, and I have loved it. And I totally recommend it, and I've learned a lot myself. So please, again, leave your comments down below as I'm going to tell you 10 reasons why, particularly Asian guys, or those guys who suffer from Asian stereotypes, need to train Muay Thai. All right, so point number one, it's very Asian and very traditional. So there's a lot of cultural connectivity. When you talk about picking up something later in life, whether it be a sport or a martial arts, it's important to feel related to it. You know, a lot of people like boxing because, I mean, if you're like all my Dominican friends, they know how to box because a lot of the boxing gyms are Latin. There's nothing wrong with that. But I'm saying that Muay Thai it maintains a lot of Asian culture. It might not be your Asian culture exactly, but there's a lot of bowing. There's a lot of showing gratitude. Wai Crew, that's the whole philosophy of Wai Crew, which is also the dance that they do in the beginning. But it's really to show gratitude to their opponent and their teachers, right? Even when you've heard Muay Thai people strike or kick and they say, ooh-wee, like, which sounds kind of funny, which is absolutely a Thai expression. I would have to assume that's not from, you know, America, but everybody says ooh-wee. And like that, even though it sounds kind of funny at first, it's like, everybody says it, you know? And I will say this, the rise of Muay Thai in the past 10 years in America, which is heavily due to the rise of MMA, UFC, One Championship, I feel like because it's fairly new, it hasn't been whitewashed in America yet. Hang with me there with some of the other martial arts like karate and like taekwondo. Sometimes you have this image if you like go to like a, you know, mediocre school or whatever, that you're gonna have like some pot belly, like out of shape, like, you know, hefty white dude teach you, which he probably has knowledge and technique, by the way. I'm not saying he couldn't beat me up, but I'm just saying that's not like a relatable image of somebody that you want to be like. So, but I'll tell you this, when you walk into Muay Thai gyms, in my experience, the coaches themselves look pretty fit and they for sure could kick your ass. So I'm saying like, when you feel that, and you feel that like relatability, you're like, man, like, okay, the coach looks kind of like somebody who I'd like to at least like physically be like, and there's a lot of Asian tradition in this, and pretty much anybody who trains the sport seriously has to pay homage to these traditions of Muay Thai. In fact, I don't think they'll ever call it anything else. It'll keep the Asian name. So that's point number one. So it's good for Asian guys on that reason because it is Asian, and it's very Asian. Point number two is that it is a brutal combat sport. I'm not gonna mince words. Muay Thai is brutal, man. You're turning all your limbs and elbows and the knees and stuff into weapons. You're turning your whole body into a weapon. And I think that brutality is something that maybe a lot of Asian guys aren't exposed to and probably need to kind of practice and be exposed to more, because my opinion is that America is very brutal. The West is very brutal, but America especially is very violent out there. I'm not in America at the moment, but America's very brutal. And, you know, there's bar fights all the time. People are always beefing. There's a lot of yelling. Obviously, people have guns and like just shootouts and all that stuff. You know, people are getting robbed on the street still. You know, that's just an aspect of America that we accept. And that is what it is. I mean, America's a great country, but it's a brutal country. And so when you are in a Muay Thai gym, there's this sense of like controlled brutality. It's a brutal sport, but you're not always trying to kill each other in the gym. You probably shouldn't be. And some of those guys do in the sparring sessions. Those guys are insane. They shouldn't be there. But What I mean is that it builds a lot of toughness and tolerance for things. So it kind of like stress tests you. So really like you get put into a brutal environment or into a brutal sport. And so you're kind of like experiencing that controlled brutality, which is just good practice ultimately, you know? So if you're an Asian guy who feels kind of like behind in coaching, or like maybe you haven't been in a lot of situations that kind of stress test you, sparring at the Muay Thai gym, in my opinion, will stress test you. Point number 3 is that it challenges stereotypes of Asian men. So, yeah, obviously a lot of people are like, oh, well, there's a stereotype that all Asian guys know martial arts. But yeah, Muay Thai is like a different martial arts, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna lie, I have a lot of respect for Kung Fu, right? Like Kung Fu, but if you're like some kind of like, you know, engineer nerd and you tell somebody like, oh, I've been training 4 years of Kung Fu, it's gonna feel different than if you say, yeah, I've been training 3 years of stinky, aggressive Muay Thai gyms. People are gonna like look at you and they're like, oh yeah, Muay Thai, you're in a stinky gym, your hands are wrapped, you're kicking each other, there's elbows and whatever, you're really slamming on the bag, like boom, with your elbow until your elbow kind of gets red, and then you're kicking the bag until your shins get red. So there's just like this whole connotation with it that is a lot different than a lot of other martial arts, like I said, you know, and I think karate, like, you know, Taekwondo, those are fine martial arts too, but the sparring is different too. I think Muay Thai, you spar really like how you're gonna fight in a kickboxing style versus, you know, even in like Taekwondo, you kind of usually when you spar, you have that big chest plate, you know what I mean? Which is not what you usually wear, obviously, in real life. So I think I guess in a way, Muay Thai is just the less nerdy and very brutal Asian martial arts that's popular. So to put it that way, and I think that that does challenge some stereotypes of Asian men, you know, where people think we're harmless, but then you've trained 5 years into turning your different limbs and body parts into weapons. Point number 4, it will really improve your whole entire body language, especially your hand to feet connectivity, because you're using your feet and hands to strike. You know, it is a kickboxing sport. And I think that's gonna make you more confident in life, because what I mean is that let's say you're a guy, and you don't have to be Asian to do this, but a lot of like guys who are anxious, they tap their feet a lot, you know, or they're a little fidgety, they're anxious, or they're kind of like looking around and they're kind of like tense all the time. You know, Muay Thai is really gonna help with stretching, mobility, and again, stress test you. You know, if you can go through sparring and learn how to breathe through sparring, you're not gonna be as stressed in other parts of life, you know what I mean? Also, hip mobility, it does help, you know, in the bedroom too. Helps put the motion in the boat, or the boat into motion in the ocean. Anyways, point number 5, you kick a lot. And Asians like to kick. You know, I don't know if it's just natural because we have a lot of the kicking martial arts traditionally, but Muay Thai is a different style of kicking than even karate and Taekwondo, for the most part. Correct me if I'm wrong. Those kicks are a little bit more snappy. They can still be very powerful and totally hurt people, by all means. That is true. But in Muay Thai, you're actually, besides the push front kick, you're actually really trying to turn your shin into a bat, and you're swinging it across that person's body. So it is a different type of kicking. But anyways, yeah, it'll just help with your whole body language in life, you know, help you sit still maybe, you know. Also, if you train Muay Thai, your body is tired, so you just won't have that like extra energy to tap your feet and tap your hands and all that stuff. Point number 6, it'll make you want to visit Thailand if you train Muay Thai, and I think Thailand is a great place for Asians to visit, particularly Asian guys. Should definitely make a trip out to Thailand and train some Muay Thai. It's been really fun as I've been doing it out here. Point number 7, it's not as politicized as boxing. Boxing is how I kind of got into martial arts again later in my life, so I really do enjoy it. But obviously the whole sport and the showmanship of it is really politicized, and I do think that kind of does affect the whole overall conversation about the sport a little bit when people are always arguing about like people chasing undefeated records and stuff like that. As far as I know, Muay Thai fighters do not do that, bro. It is in its purest form. They are out to fight. They're not ducking and dodging a bunch of people and talking a bunch of crap and all that stuff. You can even see it in one championship, how it's different than UFC. Not saying that the UFC guys aren't still maybe on a different level in different ways, but I'll tell you this, man, when it comes to Muay Thai, man, it's just like, they're just like, yo, I'm sparring anybody, I'm fighting anybody. So it's a lot more in its pure form. Point number 8, if you can bring yourself to spar other people constantly in Muay Thai at the risk of getting hurt, you won't be as scared of other things. And I actually saw this a lot for myself when I started doing martial arts, and then I would play basketball. So after sparring, even boxing sparring, but particularly sparring Muay Thai, when you have to look at what's at risk. Like, so if I'm playing basketball and a defender is coming up to me and kind of putting pressure on me, really, what am I supposed to be scared about when I'm sparring dudes and I gotta get scared of getting kicked in my liver or getting punched in my face? You know what I mean? And you're just thinking about what's at risk in these two situations. And so I guess to me, that's something that it helped me with. So actually training Muay Thai and martial arts in general has just helped me even play basketball better. Point number 9, you just become more confident. You know, you're just not as scared. And I think that a lot of the reason why a lot of people feel kind of scared or intimidated in life is like maybe you're a shorter guy, you're not that strong, and you don't feel like you got any weapons on you. And I mean that like in a sense like you're not a weapon yourself, because in Muay Thai, you become the weapon. So if you train and you're in a situation where everybody's bigger than you are constantly and you feel like you need a confidence boost, well, what's one way to make you confident? I mean, that's why people always like say that old saying is like, oh, walk around like you got a big stick, or like why, like people who, you know, have carry firearms, they're all extra confident and stuff. Well, this is a way to carry a weapon without actually carrying a weapon, because you are the weapon. You know, so if you train like that, then I'm not saying you should actually go out and threaten people and like actually fight people, but you'll at least feel like you're not completely helpless, you know? And point number 10, talking about Muay Thai with other guys is a great way to connect with men who you might feel like or see yourself on a different level of masculinity. What I mean is, for example, like, you know, basketball is my first love. I still love playing basketball, but like I can tell you, like maybe from a cultural standpoint, you know, being a 5'9" like Asian guy who I feel like I understand the game of basketball fairly well, but like if I talk to sometimes there's like a hierarchy where if like you meet like a 6'5" like Division II basketball player and they're not a super nice guy, they might not really respect your basketball knowledge or opinion or your experiences as much. Where I feel like in maybe the world of martial arts, and I'm just speaking on particularly Muay Thai, like the 6'3" Muay Thai guy can still respect the 5'7" Muay Thai guy just as equal. Even though maybe the 6'3" guy is much bigger still, but if they're both highly trained, they're gonna really respect each other. And even though they might not fight each other in the same weight class, you know, but you know, in basketball, there are no weight classes. So that's, you know, something that's a pro and a con of basketball, to be honest. Well, that's why they have 6 foot and under leagues. But anyways, guys, those are my reasons why I think every Asian guy should think about taking some Muay Thai classes, because it's just gonna help you in a lot of different ways, man. You know, it's very Asian, it's in its purest form, it's brutal, but it's fun too. Like these Muay Thai guys, like these fighters out here, these former fighters who are now coaches at all these gyms, they're laughing a lot when they train. Like they're kind of goofy and they're able to really have fun while they train such a brutal sport. So that's really interesting to me. But anyways, guys, please hit that like button, click subscribe, hit that notification bell. If you like this video, let me know in the comments down below, and also share your perspective. Like, you know, do you think all Asian guys should learn Muay Thai? I think so. Why not? Why not? Tell me why not. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Until next time, I'm out. Peace.